Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark III, and today I will show you a couple of tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. So I'm going to begin with the pop-up window, which allows you to have a tiny little window that is overlaid over other applications. So you can do something like, I'm going to open up Chrome as an example. So let me just quickly do this, and also this as well. So I'm going to have Chrome as my main, and then try to have an overlay with messages. So you want to hold this button right here, the icon of the application, and then you will have this right here show up, pop-up window. Once you click on it, there we go, it is in pop-up window. From here you can go back to whatever you were doing. You can move this around, resize it, hopefully, let me see, there we go. So you can resize it, which is kind of nice. It's not locked, as you can see, so you can resize it in any direction you want. Additionally, you can make it full screen. You can also minimize it to this app head kind of looking thing. And also when you close whatever application you had open, this stays open and allows you to go back to it at any point. It literally functions like an app head. It looks like additionally to make it minimize, you don't get to press the home button. You actually have to interact with it and then press on the button right here. That's a little bit of a bummer, but still the usability of this is fairly decent. And additionally, if you want to close it, just drag it over here, same as the Messenger does it. So anyway, moving on to the next one, it's going to be the multitasking. So sticking with the productivity section, you'll find this tiny little window right here, or not window, but an application. So multi-window switch. Once you click on it, it simply allows you to pick two different applications to multitask with. It looks like it basically has all the apps, so you can choose ones yourself. It looks like it shows you all the applications that actually support multitasking, because not every application will. As an example, camera does not. And from there, I can basically open up those two apps. So as you can see, there we go, and now we're multitasking. Additionally, you can click right here, switch the application to something else fairly quickly. And even further going into this, when you go back to this application, you have these buttons right here. So you can quickly launch two applications in split screen that are basically accessible here. And going even further with this, which also brings me to the another part of it, is the sidebar. So when you tap on it, or double tap in this case, and it opens up, you will find a bunch of default applications right here. But you can also create quick launch applications in the multi-window feature. So once you click on it, there we go. As you can see, now it has a bunch of applications that you can launch together. And you can actually customize it if you want to, add different app combos in here. And all you need to do is just double tap it. Hello, bar, there we go. Double tap it and then tap right here and choose whatever combo you want to use. And there we go. As you can see, we are now split screening fairly quickly and easily. I wish that actually more devices would have this option for you to create app combos for split screening, because this is really handy. Now anyway, moving on to the next option, it's going to be the gesture navigation, which will remove those buttons from the bottom and substitute them for actual gestures. Now this option is visible throughout the setup when you're booting up the device for the first time and going through the setup process of Android. But if you chose to use 3-button navigation there and you want to change it, you can find this option in Settings, under System, Gestures, and then, where is it? System Navigation. And you have it right over here. So once you switch it, give it a second, there we go, it switches to this tiny little pill right here. And you basically swipe up on it to go home. You swipe up and hold to go to recent, and then swipe from either side to go back. Oops. There we go. So it looks like I couldn't get the arrow, but you can see it now. So there is the arrow when you go back with it, and you can do it from either side. When you let go, it actually accepts it. If you mistakenly drag the finger, you can go back and it will undo the back basically. So let me just kind of showcase this. So you can see it is now would go back if I let go, but if I did it by mistake, I can just drag my finger back and it disappears. So anyway, so moving on to the last option, it's going to be the one-handed mode. This device resembles more a remote control with this, like, what is it, 21:9 aspect ratio. So some people might benefit more from this one-handed mode, where it shrinks the screen to be easier to use with one hand, obviously. So to get it enabled, you will need to go into the settings. Again, we're going to go into system and gestures, and in here we should find the one-handed mode. Toggle it on, and it looks like we actually, I have no idea how to enable it right now, because normally it double tap the buttons. So no, not what I wanted. Oh, okay, that's a little bit of a shame. So apparently you can't actually use it with gesture navigation. As you can see here, the feature is not available while using gesture navigation. Some devices did solve it by basically allowing you to swipe from side, but here we get the Google Assistant, even though we have a genuine button for it. So yeah, that's a shame. So if you're planning to use this, you will need to disable gesture navigation. So yeah, a little bit of a bummer, but I get to see how it looks like. And if you're planning to use it, obviously, previous feature, just go back to the physical buttons and you're good to go. And all you do is tap twice the home button, and that's it. So anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.